My fiancée posted a photo of my failed project. Caption, "Living with a quitter." Her friends flooded the comments. I saved the post. Inspiring. I made one quiet submission from an account she didn't know existed. Later that evening, her phone buzzed with a message she wasn't ready to read. "I'm 36, been engaged for 10 months, and I just learned that some people celebrate your failures louder than they ever celebrated your attempts. I'm a carpenter by trade, custom furniture, built-ins, restoration work. I'm good at it, make decent money, have regular clients, but I've always wanted to design my own pieces, not just build what clients request, actually create. So 6 months ago, I started a side project. A chair. Sounds simple. It's not. Wanted to design something modern but comfortable, sculptural but functional. Spent weeks sketching, researching joinery techniques, sourcing materials. Invested about $3,000 in exotic woods and tools I needed. My fiancé was supportive at first. "That's great. You should pursue your passion." Said all the right things. But as weeks turned into months, her tone changed. "When are you finishing that thing? It's complex. Takes time. You've been working on one chair for 4 months. Quality takes time. Or maybe you're just dragging it out." I'd spend evenings in my workshop, weekends, any free time. She'd come out occasionally, watch me work, make comments. "Is it supposed to look like that?" "It's still rough. Needs sanding, finishing." "If you say so." The chair was ambitious. Too ambitious, maybe. I was trying techniques I'd never done before. Experimenting, learning. Some things worked, others didn't. I'd redo sections, try different approaches. That's how craftsmanship works. But to her, it looked like I was failing, like I couldn't finish what I started. Then came the breaking point. I was installing the seat. Had carved it from a single piece of walnut. Curved it to be ergonomic. Took weeks. Was finally ready to attach it to the frame. Miscalculated the joinery. The seat didn't fit properly. Not terrible. Fixable. But it meant I'd have to recut parts of the frame. Another 2 weeks of work minimum. I was frustrated. Sat in my workshop staring at it, feeling like I'd wasted months, questioning whether I should even continue. My fiancé came out, saw me sitting there, saw the misaligned seat. "What's wrong?" "Made an error, have to redo parts of the frame." "Again?" "It happens. Part of the process." "Sounds like you're making excuses." "I'm explaining what happened." "How long will this take?" "Few more weeks, probably." "Few more weeks, on top of the 6 months you've already spent. For one chair." "Complex projects take time." "Or maybe you're just not as good at design as you think." That stung. I looked at her. "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means you're great at building what other people design, but maybe creating your own stuff isn't your strength." "I'm learning, that's the point." "Or maybe you should stick to what you know. Stop wasting time and money on something that's clearly not working." We argued. She left. I stayed in the workshop, stared at the chair, at months of work, at my failed joinery, at everything I'd poured into this project, and decided to put it on hold. Not quit, just pause. Come back to it later when I had fresh perspective, when I could see the solutions more clearly. But to her, pausing meant quitting. Update 1. 2 days after I paused the project, I came home from a job site, checked my phone, had multiple texts from friends. "You okay, man?" "That's rough." "Don't let her get to you." Confused, I opened social media. My fiancé had posted a photo of my chair in my workshop, sitting there with the misaligned seat clearly visible. Caption: "Living with a quitter. 6 months and thousands of dollars later, this is what I get to look at every day in our garage. At least he's good at making excuses." My stomach dropped. She'd posted it publicly. My failed project, shared with her 800 followers, including mutual friends, including my clients, including potential clients who followed her. The comments were already flooding in. Her friends mostly. Girl, you deserve better. Why are guys like this? He couldn't even finish one chair? Red flag energy. Laughing emojis, judgment, public mockery. I sat there reading, feeling smaller with each comment, each laughing face, each agreement that I was a failure, a quitter, an embarrassment. She came home while I was still reading. Saw me on my phone. Oh, you saw? Yeah, I saw. Don't be mad, I was just venting. You called me a quitter, publicly, to hundreds of people. I was frustrated. You spent all that money and time and it's just sitting there unfinished. Because I'm taking a break, not quitting. There's a difference. Is there? Looks like quitting to me. So you decided to humiliate me online? I didn't humiliate you. I shared my feelings. Your feelings about my failure, with photos, for everyone to see, including my clients. If you're embarrassed, maybe you shouldn't have quit. I didn't quit. Then finish it. Prove me wrong. I will, eventually. But not because you bullied me into it online. I'm not bullying you, I'm being honest. You're being cruel. She rolled her eyes. You're being oversensitive. I didn't argue further, just went to my workshop, looked at the chair, at the project she'd just used to publicly mock me, at months of work reduced to internet content for her friends to laugh at. And I did something I'd been thinking about for weeks, something I hadn't told her about, something she didn't know existed. I have an anonymous account, different name, different email. I use it to post my work sometimes, get feedback from other craftspeople without clients seeing experimental stuff. It's professional, clean, no connection to my personal identity. On that account, I'd been documenting the chair project, photos of each stage, detailed notes about techniques, what worked, what didn't, why I made certain choices, the challenges, the learning process. It was thorough, professional, showed the complexity of what I was attempting, why it was taking time, why setbacks were part of the process. I'd been planning to submit it to a woodworking magazine. They have a section for works in progress, craftspeople sharing their process, not just finished pieces, the journey of creation. After seeing her post, I decided to submit it that night. Wrote up a detailed description, included all my photos, my notes, my analysis of what I was learning. Sent it off, saved her post as a screenshot. Wrote one comment under it from my personal account. Inspiring. She texted me within minutes. What's that supposed to mean? Just what it says. Your post inspired me to do something I'd been putting off. What are you talking about? You'll see. Don't be cryptic. It's weird. I didn't respond, just went to bed, left her wondering. Update 2-3 days passed. Tension was high. She acted like nothing was wrong, like she hadn't publicly mocked me, like her post wasn't still up collecting more comments from her friends about what a loser I was. I went about my work, took on a new project, a custom bookshelf for a repeat client, focused on that. Didn't touch the chair, didn't talk about it, just worked. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Hi, is this the owner of the Woodcraft Chronicles account? My heart jumped. Yes. Who's this? I'm an editor at Woodworking Quarterly. We received your submission about the sculptural chair project. Oh, right. We'd like to feature it in our next issue, as a cover story actually. I sat down. Cover story? Yes. Your documentation is exceptional. The level of detail, the honest discussion of challenges and setbacks. It's exactly what we're looking for. Shows the real process of design, not just the finished product. We think our readers will find it invaluable. Wow, thank you. We'll need to do an interview. Take some professional photos of the chair in its current state, and we'd like to feature it in our online gallery as well. Drive traffic to the article. That's amazing. We'll email you the details. Contract, timeline, payment information. Should be a nice little bonus for you. We talked logistics. Hung up. I sat there, stunned. They wanted to feature my failed project, my quitting, as a cover story, in a national magazine. I didn't tell my fiancée, not yet. Wanted to wait until it was finalized, until the contracts were signed, until it was real. But that evening her phone buzzed. She looked at it. Face changed. "What is it?" I asked. "Nothing. Just work thing." "You sure?" "Yeah." But her face stayed confused, concerned. She kept looking at her phone, scrolling, reading something. Later that night, after she'd gone to bed, I checked my phone. Email from the magazine. They'd posted a teaser on their social media. Coming soon, an intimate look at one craftsman's ambitious design process, the setbacks, the learning, the artistry, feature story in our next issue. With a photo of my chair in its current unfinished state, the same chair from her post. Her friends would see it, would recognize it, would realize the quit project was being celebrated, not mocked. Update 3. The next morning she came into the kitchen, looked tired, like she hadn't slept well. "Did you submit your chair project somewhere?" "Maybe." "Why?" "Woodworking Quarterly. That's you, isn't it?" "They reached out, yeah. They're doing a cover story on your unfinished chair." "Yep. The one I posted about. The same one. Why didn't you tell me?" "Why would I? You called me a quitter, said I was wasting time and money. Why would I share good news with someone who publicly humiliated me?" "I didn't humiliate you. You posted my failed project online, called me a quitter, let your friends mock me. That's humiliation." "I was venting. I didn't know you'd submitted it somewhere." "Would it have mattered? Would you not have posted it if you knew?" She didn't answer. "Exactly. You wanted to hurt me, to make me feel small because I paused a difficult project, and now that same project is being featured in a national magazine. How does that make you feel?" "I'm happy for you, obviously." "Are you? Because you don't look happy." "I'm processing. This is sudden." "No. What's sudden is you making my personal struggle public content. What's sudden is your friends laughing at me. What's sudden is you not even considering deleting the post after you found out." "You want me to delete it?" "I want you to recognize that what you did was wrong, that you hurt me, that you prioritize getting sympathy from your online friends over supporting your fiancé. I support you. You mock me. There's a difference." She went to work. I stayed home, had the day off, spent it in my workshop, looking at the chair, at the project that had caused all this, at the things she'd dismissed and I'd paused. And I decided to finish it. Not for her, not to prove her wrong. For me. Because I wanted to, because I could. Started working on the frame modifications, the joinery fixes, the problems that had made me pause. Approached them with fresh eyes, fresh energy. Found solutions I hadn't seen before. Worked all day, made progress, real progress, felt good. When she came home, I was still in the workshop. She came out, saw me working. "You're working on it again?" "Yeah." "Because of the magazine?" "Because I want to." "That's good. I'm glad." "Are you? Or are you just glad you won't be living with a quitter anymore?" "That's not fair. Your post is still up." "What?" "Your post. The one calling me a quitter, still up, still collecting comments, still publicly humiliating me. But now your friends are also seeing the magazine teaser, seeing that the project you mocked is being celebrated. How's that going for you?" Her face flushed. "I'll delete it. Don't bother, I screenshot it. Have it saved, along with all the comments, in case I need it later." "Need it for what?" "For remembering who supported me and who didn't." She left the workshop. I kept working. Update 4. The magazine interview happened 2 weeks later. Photographer came, took beautiful shots of the chair, of me working on it, of the workshop, professional, respectful, excited about the project. The writer asked thoughtful questions about my process, about the challenges, about why I paused, about what I learned. Never once called it a failure. Never once suggested I'd quit. This is exactly the kind of story we love. Real craftsmanship isn't about perfection. It's about problem solving, about learning, about persistence. My fiancée was home during the interview, stayed inside, didn't come out. When they left, she emerged. How'd it go? Great. They were really interested in the process, the setbacks, the learning. That's good. Yeah. Turns out what you called quitting, they call craftsmanship. I said I was sorry. No, you didn't actually. You said you'd delete the post, which you did, after I pointed out it was still up, after your friends started seeing the magazine teaser. You never actually apologized. I'm apologizing now. Too late. The damage is done. I know how you really feel, how you really see me, what you do when I struggle. That's not fair. One mistake and you're writing me off? One mistake? You photographed my personal struggle, posted it publicly, let your friends mock me, called me a quitter to hundreds of people. That's not one mistake. That's a choice, multiple choices. I was frustrated. So you hurt me, publicly, to make yourself feel better, to get sympathy from your friends. That's who you are when things get hard. And I'm supposed to marry that? Are you saying you don't want to get married? I'm saying I need time to think about who I'm marrying and whether there's someone who supports me or someone who uses me for internet content when I fail. She started crying. I made a mistake. People make mistakes. People also show you who they really are in those mistakes. You showed me. I'm just deciding what to do with that information. Final update. The magazine came out 6 weeks later. Cover story as promised. Beautiful photos, thoughtful article, detailed breakdown of my process, the challenges, the setbacks, the learning, everything. It went semi-viral in woodworking circles. People shared it, commented on it, praised the honesty, the craftsmanship, the persistence. I got emails from other craftspeople, from potential clients, from people who related to the struggle. My business exploded. More clients, better clients, people who valued process, who understood that quality takes time, who respected craftsmanship. And I finished the chair. Took another month. But I did it. Solved the joinery issues. Finished the seat. Applied the final finish. It turned out beautiful. Exactly what I'd envisioned. Posted photos on my anonymous account. They were shared by the magazine, by woodworking groups, by design blogs, got featured in 2 more publications. The chair that started as a failure became a success. My fiancé and I didn't last. We broke up 2 months after the article came out. Mutual decision. Or maybe it was my decision, and she agreed. Hard to say. But we both knew it was over. The post she made, the one calling me a quitter, that was the end. Not because of the post itself, because of what it revealed. That when I struggled, she didn't support me. She judged me, mocked me, used my failure for her own validation. She still follows my anonymous account. Probably doesn't know it's me. Likes my posts sometimes. The irony isn't lost. I'm 36, single, building custom furniture, building my own designs, getting recognition for work I almost gave up on. Work someone I loved told me was quitting. Learning that the right people celebrate your process, not just your results. That real support means standing by someone when they pause, not publicly shaming them. When my fiancé posted that photo, she thought she was venting. Thought she was sharing her frustration with friends who'd agree. Thought I'd just accept it, take the hit, keep being her content. But I saved the post, made one quiet submission to a magazine. And later that evening, her phone buzzed with a message she wasn't ready to read. A teaser post from a national magazine, featuring the same project, the same quitting, being celebrated, being recognized, being published. And she realized she'd mocked something valuable, something meaningful, something that was about to make me more successful, more recognized, more in demand. And she'd done it publicly, permanently, shown everyone exactly who she was when her partner struggled. The chair is in my living room now, comfortable, beautiful, Functional. Everything I wanted it to be. People compliment it, ask about it. Some recognize it from the article. I tell them the story, about the challenges, the mistakes, the persistence, the magazine feature, the ex who called it quitting. They always ask the same question. What did she say when she saw the article? Not much, because by then she knew that she'd bet against me, publicly, permanently, and lost.